Good afternoon. This is Chisao Hata in the Green Room for the Martin Luther King celebration this year. And with me, I have Gail Rasmussen. She is president of the Oregon Educators Association. Welcome, Gail.
Thank you so much.
Now, as our president, and I'm saying our because I am an educator and have been for about 14 years, and in the arts, an arts educator, in dance education specifically, I know you have an opportunity as you represent us to travel around the country and see other schools and other districts. And how do we compare? How does Oregon look out there in the world?
Well, I tell you, just like in Oregon, lots of schools have had to cut art education, the performing arts, and it's a real struggle. But because there is a passion and a need to know that this is a very important part of the education process, there are many educators and others who continue to be sure that our students are exposed, that they have opportunities to have arts in their lives. So all across the country, this has been a real struggle as more and more schools are faced with cuts in funding and those sorts of things. We see a great, tremendous loss in our arts education programs.
We do, however, have a new leader in education, Mr. Arnie Duncan, who has definitely advocated for arts education to remain in our schools and the importance of arts education. And we know that it is increasingly difficult on the national scene and on the local scene. But here in Portland, I know I see some things and you see some things that have changed over years. Could you talk to us a little bit about that?
In terms of us reprioritizing the educational mission. As educators, and as the world has changed along the way, and as we have found a need for more creativity and innovation, we have sort of lost that focus on the inclusive education process. I think that Dr. Duncan and the work that the Federal Department of Education are doing, as well as our own Oregon Department of Education, we're trying to come back to that full focus, creativity, innovation, and certainly from my experience and probably from yours as well, students who are involved in those sorts of activities do well in the other areas of the curriculum.
I would agree with that totally. And so how are we doing locally in our schools? That, you know, when you travel around, I'm kind of stuck in one school, so what do you see and what are some of the issues that we're dealing with locally right now?
Oh, many of the issues that face us here in Oregon are issues that are across the board, across the country. Teacher retention, student achievement, closing those achievement gaps. But here in Oregon, I am very, very proud of the work that educators are doing in making sure that students do get a quality education, that our teachers and our support staff are getting the kinds of professional development, though in this economic downturn, that has been a real struggle and a challenge to be sure that we have appropriate professional development opportunities, that we have lost staff because of the economic downturn, but still, behind those doors, wonders continue to happen, and our students continue to achieve and be lifted up, but we still have work to do.
And Dr. King certainly reminded us of that we have to carry on.
Yes.
And have to move forward. And I know there's some local initiatives where we're moving forward and we're kind of leading the way. Can you talk to about that?
Which initiatives? Help me here.
The ballot measure.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Because there's so many things going on all across the state. This ballot measure initiative, Measure 66 and 67, which are, the legislature did an incredible amount of work and a wonderful job of bringing folks together to talk about the quality of life here in Oregon and what that means and what it takes in terms of resources availability. Oregon has not for many years, since 1931, changed the way that we tax corporations, a $10 minimum in this state. So this ballot initiative that is on the ballot that will be counted on January 26th hopes to change that context and raise a few more dollars in that arena. It will be a minimal amount as compared to what you and I are paying currently, but also to change the conversation about financial stability in economic downturns as well as in the good times. So we're very excited about the possibilities. We feel very confident that this will be an initiative that the voters will also agree that the legislators did the right job, and will support this both of these ballot initiatives.
Well, we definitely appreciate all the work that you've been doing on behalf of the educators of Oregon.
Thank you.
And this is Gail Rasmussen and Shosai Ohata in the green room. Thank you.